Guten day, buenos dias, everybody. Good afternoon. Hope you're all doing well. I'm still battling cold, flu, whatever it is. It's why my voice is different. Sinus, throat, that stuff. But just want to let you know, that's why my voice is different and may fluctuate like if I was a hormonal teenager again. Voice changing. But anyways, let's get to this review. And this is the episode review of This Is Us, Season 3, Episode 2. Again, I wanted to let people know that you can follow me on Twitter at army_strong_06 personal. And also, you can give a shout out to Mounty's Corner on Twitter at Mounty's Corner. He being the reason why I'm talking about this show and why I'm reviewing it. I am all caught up now and learned a lot of things that happened in the past 2 seasons. And I'm not going to say like I was done with the first review because when I did the first review last week, as I said in that very video in my premiere talking about This Is Us, about, how I was somewhat, I was close to the end. It was close to the first season, end of the first season. And, I still have all of the second season, a couple episodes. I had 3 episodes left of the first season left to go and all of season 2. Sorry about that. And what I said there and my thoughts of the episode and overall, and then my predictions moving forward, I think we're all right. But obviously, if you hearing from some of you guys and gals, and thank you for reaching out on Twitter and otherwise, let me know some things. Yes, it might have spoiled me a little bit on the second season, but I don't mind too much because in the end, it's old news, right? Just like when I was trying to catch up on My Little Pony: Friendship is Magic over my Animated Awesomeness channel to start reviewing that show. Because my friend and co-host for my Wrestling Rambo show, Kyron Chase, got me onto that show, and got me on to watch that show, not actually on the show. And there were some things that I was already spoiled with by looking online about the show and this and that. But the one that wasn't that I really enjoyed seeing when it actually happened was when the Cutie Mark Crusaders got their cutie mark. So for that show and that big episode, one of my favorites, and the songs and this and that, and that episode kind of like a musical, just like Magical Mystery Cure in the end of the third season. Well, they didn't know at that time if it was going to get a fourth season, like stuff like that. But now we're going to hear for this show, This Is Us, on NBC, Tuesday nights. On NBC. If I didn't say NBC enough times, NBC, This Is Us. Of the characters and what they've been through in the past 2 seasons, and if I even remember last week's episode, I mean, the dang premiere started off with Rebecca in labor with child. There. So I don't know how I didn't, after watching a couple, you know what I mean? It's just whatever. Maybe I was just doing, who knows? Who cares? The point is, let's talk about this week's episode. I am all caught up. So let's review in my detailed notes. I am one that does maybe write down every little thing like I have the script in front of me and I just read it bare bones, but it won't be exactly that way. But here we go. Here we go. Talking about This Is Us, a show that I am really enjoying, like catching up and going through that. And it wasn't just a chore, or I wasn't just doing it for Mounty's Corner, for my friend there, Ed the Mounty, for Andy there. But I was really enjoying it and really was like, oh, I wish I came upon this show earlier, which I say about most shows. I came a little bit late to the party for Last Man Standing. The only 2 that I've been there really from the premiere is Big Bang Theory and Modern Family. All the other shows that I love or like or enjoy and watch and whatever, I've come to a little bit late because maybe I saw the teasers and promos for new shows coming up for networks and thinking, oh, this won't be cool, or oh, this may be something that I won't like, and I assumed it was going to be something that it wasn't. But still, that's hindsight, that's the past, and now I'm caught up, and at least I'm not like 6 or 7 seasons behind to catch up, or something like it's starting its 8th season or something. It's its 3rd season. I had 2 full seasons to go through. So, not like I had like 80 episodes or 60 episodes total. That many. A good amount, yes, but if you would that be there. Anyways, let's get back into the premiere or into the review for this specific episode. Season número 3, episode número 2. And again, spoiler warning, 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 spoilers ahead, spoilers ahead. If you have not seen the episode, watch it and then come back here. I would assume if you're here, you've already seen it and get my thoughts on it. So just wanted to have that there. If I could have like a warning, warning, warning alert thing instead of me doing this. That would be a lot better, right? Anyways, this week's episode of This Is Us Having Everything and More. It was an awesome episode, good episode, interesting for me, learning things episode. Again, yes, I'm caught up, but still with each of these new episodes, and even while I was catching up, how they do a lot of, well, of course, foreshadowing, cliffhangers between the seasons, as any show would do, but a lot of flashbacks and otherwise of things that like we didn't know even then. Like I thought like flashbacks were of things that happened in season 1, or maybe like early season 1 that happened there in the premiere of season 3, or this or that. But no, it actually are things that they did that the fans, the die-hard fans, don't even know. They might have theorized and thought or knew or had an idea, and it wasn't that much of a surprise of what it is like during season 2 or whenever. In those situations and those episodes, but it actually is of things that they have not learned yet. So, then more of that here in this episode. There, a movie premiere, Jack's drama, and a cameo by one and only Ron Cephas Jones William. So that was actually kind of cool, even for me. Again, someone that just caught up to the show. Seeing that. But let's go a bit, character by character, and let's start with Rebecca. The episode titled Philadelphia Story is actually the name of the title. Picks up right after Jack's tragic death. That did happen. Yeah, he didn't do it. Anyways, Rebecca was played by Mandy Moore, which you would think I would have then gave it a shot back in the time. Anyways, is making coffee in the family's temporary space because Case goes stepping out their house, went up in smokes. In season 2. Yeah, I really should have done it that way. But anyways, when Tina Randall and when at that time Tina Randall enters the kitchen, it's a big day for the Pearson family. They're going to look at new homes. But before they dive into real estate, Rebecca gives Randall a massive envelope from Howard University, which means, as you know, if you get the big envelopes for college, you're going to it. If you get a little regular paper mail from the university, it's, I'm so sorry you're not going. Sad face. Anyways, so being accepted going to college at Howard University. Just then, Kate walks to the kitchen, congratulating Randall, and then ignoring him when he mentions her impending Berkeley acceptance. When Rebecca offers her a veggie omelet, Kate grabs a Pop-Tart and exits the room. So, too much communication there specifically, and that for there is with Rebecca. Randall. In a flashback, William is sitting at a bus stop when he sees a woman carrying a baby and a whole lot of luggage. He offers her a hand and she politely declines. Back in present day, Randall goes to pick up the girls from school, discovering that Tess and Annie have plans. Randall dives right in and asks his soon-to-be adopted daughter how her day was, and she just says, "Fine, it was fine," as they always do. But, you know, so it is interesting. Yeah, it's on that dichotomy, and actually it's kind of cute of seeing someone being adopted that late, not late in life, but just late in childhood. Yes, due to the situation, circumstance, different, but it being what it being. And instead of taking you to the airport, Max Randall takes her to a recreational center. While there, he introduces her to a woman named Chichi, not Chichi, and her daughter Sky, who is around the same age as Deja, whatever pronouncing her name. They immediately hit it off, giving Randall and Chichi some one-on-one. One time during the chat, he discovers the center isn't getting the attention it deserves from the city. Since requests are going unnoticed, Randall takes it upon himself to get help. In the car, Randall calls Beth and confirms that he will stop at nothing to get the councilman's attention. After the conversation, The councilman reveals that his dad inspired him to get into politics. However, this role requires him to make decisions that are not always favorable, because that's just how that be. He says, ironic, isn't it? I got into politics to honor a man who would now be constantly disappointing. And he Randall plays the I have two dead father cards, and the councilman eats it up, promising to send a maintenance crew later that day. Now, Kevin watching his new movie at its premiere, while Kate is sitting on one side, the camera pans to show Jack sleeping on the other. Just then, Kevin wakes up from a dream. He turns to Zoe and explains that he wanted to invite her to the premiere, but thinks it's too soon. She agrees, reminding him that she's going to be in Chicago that same day. Kevin makes an amateur mistake offering to drive her to the airport. Zoe responds with a speech about how she's not looking for anything serious. Yeah, that was like just like I talked about in the premiere of how Jack, or just Jack, how I related to him in that flashback with his love story with Rebecca. I hear with Kevin in this situation was like friend zoned, denied, not looking for anything serious. I actually had that happen, if not weeks ago, a month ago, with a young woman. So there you go. And as I would, he tried to do and probably did it better. It's more handsome. He played it off, saying, "All right, anything casual." Sure you are. Anyway, on to Kate. Meanwhile, Toby is secretly Googling antidepressant withdrawals symptoms. On the bright side, his sex drive is through the roof, according to Kate, who wants to keep her IVF treatment a secret despite the fact that she's experiencing very noticeable hot flashes. Nevertheless, the show wants to go on, so to speak, or in this case, Kevin's movie premiere. So, on from there, Rebecca and Hugo. Which is interesting because John Huertas, who plays him, Castle, ABC Castle, a show that I miss so much, and seeing him play a character here, I think this season it's just cool to see him back on television, whether it's for a short time or whatever. I also tweeted out for the show, The Rookie with Nathan Fillion. It's coming up. Every main cast member of Castle should be on there with their own episode, so to speak, being a guest star. Maybe one or two, maybe just one each of them. Whether in season 2, if not here, season 1. I'm looking forward to that show. I'm looking forward to Nathan Fillion being back. But here I wanted to just share that about there. But anyways, Rebecca and Michael stop by Kate's apartment before heading to the red carpet. And a total Miguel move, he raids their refrigerator and accidentally uncovers Kate's IVF materials, a violent injection needle. Toby immediately blurts, I'm a heroin addict. Well played. Well played indeed. On the way to the premiere, the tension is thick while Kate, Toby, Rebecca, and Miguel attempt to make awkward small talk. And then Kate she's fed up. She's like, just say it. Rebecca calmly asked if she really thought IVF through because it's a dangerous process for someone her size. Because she's a big woman. That's easily to see. When they arrive at Kevin's place, Rebecca is still lecturing Kate about IVF because in Australia, it is forbidden of overweight people from doing it. And Kate firmly explains, sorry about my voice, that she's willing to take the risk because she's the only one who can carry on her dad's legacy. And if you're thinking, what about Kevin? So is he. In fact, he demands to know her reasoning and then retracts his statement when she reminds him that he doesn't want kids. All right. We'll figure that. Interesting. And then Toby just screams, everyone, just shut up. He reminds Rebecca that it's not about her, saying, so please, for the love of God, save the asinine commentary for the cheap seats. And they'll meet them at the premiere before he storms off and leaves. And in a flashback, as they do, Randall is on the phone with the student and mom he met at Howard University in season 2. He tells them about his acceptance and Mr. Petty invites Randall over for dinner just as Rebecca calls from downstairs. It's time to go look at the houses. During the tour, Jack's voice is running through Rebecca's head, saying the potential home has more light and that she can grow basil in the garden. Romance indeed. Back in reality, though, Rebecca is figuring out how many bedrooms they need, considering Randall and Kate should be heading off to college soon. This prompts Kate to admit that she never sent the audition tape to Berkeley and therefore isn't going to college. Dun. And the real estate agent breaks the awkward silence just as they continue the tour. In the backyard, Randall corners Rebecca and confronts her about his siblings. Kate is turning to unhealthy eating, and Kevin is apparently drunk all the time. We're not doing anything about it. So he proceeds to call her a liar because she told them she'd take care of everything after Jack's death. And that was interesting. That was kind of harsh, but I guess I see his side of things in that situation, or his own. I'm worried about going to school, and he's worried about his siblings, and it's that, all those feelings all together. It's understandable for him to feel that way. Back at the house, Randall was about to leave when he apologizes for calling her a liar. Becca tells him that he doesn't need to be sorry, although she does know it's not fair to them. She is struggling to find the energy to get out of bed every day that alone cater to the kids' needs and wants. Rebecca reveals that she and Jack looked at a house a few months ago before the fire. She says she can't stop thinking about where they'd be right now if they bought it. And flashback to Jack touring the new home with Rebecca and raving about the lights and garden capabilities. She recalls telling him that she doesn't want to move. And Jack just asked, so we're just going to stay there forever? Just a moment there. Anyways, William. Remembering the William flashback earlier in this episode? Well, it resumes later that night in his apartment. A baby can be heard wailing through the paper-thin walls. So William grabs his dinner and walks to the neighbor's place, which just so happens to be occupied by the woman and her baby. He offers them dinner because he made too much for himself, and she happily invites him in. Though that was a lie, but still, nice play. He said she's a pretty name. And then, oh my gosh, did a light bulb go off. It's like, oh my, well, there you go. Learning things on the go. She thanks him before revealing that her husband passed away, so it's just the two of them. William suggests she comes to the community center with him. You see, he's celebrating his 5-year sobriety anniversary, and Chi-Chi could meet a lot of good people there, including single moms. Although she rejects his offer, William can hardly contain his excitement when she asks him to hold the baby. Her name? Sky. Another light bulb there. Another flashback, William is at an AA meeting explaining his story to a group of fellow addicts. When he spots Chi-Chi at the entrance, he focuses on her. He reveals that a woman recently let him hold her baby and in turn taught him a valuable lesson: community. Back in present day, Randall is bummed the maintenance crew never shown. While admiring the one light bulb he fixed, he offers Chi-Chi a ride. She politely declines before admitting that she can't figure him out. Although he reminds her of William, Randall isn't like his dad. Instead of getting to know the place for what it is, he spent the entire day trying to fix its problems. And in conclusion, after the premiere, Kate is worried about because Toby hasn't returned her calls, and she's overdue for her IVF shot, which he's supposed to administer. Rebecca jumps at the opportunity and escorts her daughter to the bathroom. She apologizes for being so hard on her and then says, "You'll see when you have kids of your own." Toby and Randall arrived just as everyone is taking their seats. While Randall tells Beth about his day, he flashes back to the dinner at Smith's house. After studying the African American couples, he returns home, calls the university, and withdraws his acceptance. I think it's getting even weird and more heartbreaking turn when Kevin joins Randall in present day and tells him about Kate's legacy comment. Randall repeats it back, saying She says she was the only one who could pass on a piece of land. Light dims and the movie begins. Like I said, a pretty powerful, interesting episode. A lot of wanting and weaving and arms coming on. I think the biggest thing of this whole episode in turn, excuse me, is with Jack. I mean, something that I didn't know that already happened, that did happen in season 2. Learning as I was going through and catching up with this series that was passing on. And just what I saw last week and that flashback of budding romance with him and Rebecca and everything is like, okay, you know, outside of things, and could really relate to him in the sense of him having that much money but wanting to still move on and be able to do some of the little that he had limited funds. And now to learn that he, after that he passes away and all the other things that have happened with all the other characters as well, and continuing here. That's why I still think with what happened at the end of the episode last week, I think we know where that specifically one is going. But beyond that, we'll have to see the rest of the story at that time. I thank you all for watching live or watching archived here for my review. I apologize for the camera angle, and for my voice inflection, but sickness, it happens sometimes. Sucks. But anyways, we'll be back with the next video, Last Man Standing review, and we go from there. Enjoy the rest of your day, enjoy the weather in your area, and above all else, as always, take care.